So let's start with my dear friend, Elvisa Kovacevic. Many of you know this beautiful angel and transformational leader. She has been in our Awaken School community for many years now in multiple different programs and things, but we just love this woman so much. And Elvisa, let me just share with them kind of your bio. She is a transformational leader, certified trainer and facilitator in ancient modalities, strategic intervention, and energetic practices that support you to make big breakthroughs in your life and realize that you can have it all. And I wanted you to share just a little bit about what is happening in your business, because you've taken this desire for transforming people's lives into something really beautiful with your retreats. So welcome, and just tell them a little bit about how you got into the beauty of retreats and not only doing, one-to-one transformational work. Because can I just show of hands of anyone who at some point would love to take a community of your clients on a retreat somewhere beautiful or transform? Yes. Well, Elvisa does this in many different parts of the world now. And just tell them why retreats? What got you into this work? And then I'll ask you kind of sort of why it works.
Well, hi, Rachael Jayne and everybody. I'm really happy to be here, and thanks for the spotlight.
Absolutely.
To answer your question, why retreats? Really, it goes with what you said about the path of liberation. I was really saving myself, surviving, trying to survive. And then it took me, I think almost 20 years of finding myself. And then the last one was, it made so much sense, creating my life. So the retreats were that, because I went to so many seminars in the last 15 years, 20. And they were all great, they were wonderful, but there were always things missing that I wish were there. So what happened, I kind of created seminars that I would love to attend.
Yeah.
And with the pieces, because I am introvert, I like to have time to process, and I love the sacred spaces, and I love just to check out and go to a different country and environment. So that's what I did, honestly, because I thought nobody has these seminars that I would love. So I just incorporated it all, and really it gave me so much joy, because I was also really doing it along with them.
Yes.
And the transformation I was receiving, was it? So that's how it started.
Well, that totally makes sense, because you are such an observer. I see you seeing how people do it. Other people who are very good at what they do, you make little comments to me on the side, oh, I like this, or oh, what about this? And you've got this natural ability to create experiences for other people that are going to create transformation. But there's a lot of people in this experience here that have a gift and have a desire, but they don't necessarily make it happen yet. You've made this happen. I know most of your retreats have been going back to your motherland. Can you just tell us a little bit of where you're from, so that gives context to people, and sort of how you grew up there and why you're taking people back?
I am from Bosnia. It's a small country in Europe. How I grew up in a broken home, and then we had the war, and then I was a refugee in this beautiful country. So all of that was a really difficult, like I said, trying to save myself, find myself journey. But how I did it was somehow, I think it's really a gift. I kept learning. I kept studying. I just continued to move forward. I spoke on so many stages without any knowledge of speaking. I failed many, 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 many times, but I think I have this gift. I don't know what to call it, but it's a gift that it doesn't have to be perfect for me. I don't have to be my presentation. Nothing has to be perfect for me. So from that freedom, I think the wisdom, I was able to hear the intuition and the guidance. And honestly, I couldn't have done it with my teachers. This whole time I've been really investing. I cleaned houses for 15 years, and like Cinderella would go to a seminar, spend all that money for a week seminar. So I think that's what it is. I don't know how I did that, but I think it's a gift.
Well, and it's a why. I mean, there's just this love for personal development, a love for experience. I know when we went to India 2.5 years ago with a small group with the Awakened School, and there was so much that happened on that experience because we went somewhere, we traveled somewhere, we were in a sacred space. And that's what your retreats are to me. When I first heard you talk about that you wanted to take some of our Awakened School community, or you were inviting us to go to Bosnia, and you were sharing some of the sacred sites there, I was like, I'm in, I'm going. I don't know when I'm going, but I'm going. And you've been doing it in Bosnia and now going to Mexico next year.
Yes.
Can you tell us what I've got some photos of the that you sent me of the Bosnia that I can just flick through as you're telling what do you do there? You've been there many times with your community.
So it's like you said, it's totally isolating because us.
You go to PowerPoint. Keep going. I'm just going to play some of the photos.
The people like me, like you, like this community, like high achievers, go-getters, we want it all. So, and if we don't isolate ourselves from our usual life and really open to senses. So what I do really, it's like sensory experience, like, because everything is stored in our senses, the trauma, everything, beliefs, everything. So I create space. There's also sacred energy where we go in the Valley of Pyramids in Visoko in Bosnia. So it's really sensory shift, which in the end is shift in perception of ourselves and life.
Totally. And who gets the most out of these kinds of experiences? Who do you usually take?
It's been women, because I really have super small groups, 30 people max. I stayed with that number, didn't want to go any higher because of what I wanted to create with them. And who it is, like I said, really people like us who work so hard, who overcame so much, but then we get exhausted or get burned out. And it's like too much. We don't hear the guidance and we're lost. So once they get there and this environment and everything else, like the diet, everything, the energy, I call it a vacation from ordinary and excuses, the ordinary frame of our being.
Got to bust out of that.
Yes.
Be in an environment for that. Nice. So how do we get details of when you're going to Bosnia and hopefully taking me and some friends of mine?
Well,
have you got them booked?
Yes. Every June, well, now that COVID I didn't go, but it's been every June, mid-June, because it is summer solstice, and because it's even more magical and energy, and the place where we go is really high potency energy. Balkans, I don't know if you know, have really incredible energy. There's something magical there. So June, mid-June is for Bosnia every year. And you can get that, I do have a link. So if somebody wants more information, they can sign up and receive eventually all the information.
So my team has got a link actually just for interest. If you would like to, along with me, know the dates of when we might be going to Bosnia or Mexico and the sacred sites in those areas, I find that it's just so much more powerful to go with a group of people who are doing their inner work together versus I'm traveling just for kind of fun or, adventure. So I will be signing up to find out dates. It's not signing up for the retreat. It's
Yeah.
just, would you like to know when Bosnia is happening or when Mexico is happening? Team, could you put that link in the chat? And then anyone who would just like to know and keep in the world of Elvisa and myself and other people who were with me that day when you said, I want to take you there. And we're like, we'll go. If you would like to be in our world and just find out when we're going and stay up to speed, just put your name and email in there. And then Elvisa, when the dates are booked for sure, she'll reach out to you and let you know all of that. But I want to thank you for, taking transformational work, and there's so much you do of the practices and the glass walks and the fire walks and the different things you do depending on the group and depending on the
Yes.
situation.
And the needs, yes.
And the needs and the breakthroughs that people are looking for, and the amount of people that you've touched by having the courage to go, I'm going to do retreats. I'm going to bust out of just being in front of the computer all the time and take somewhere beautiful and magical and mystical for these breakthroughs. Can you please thank Elvisa for giving us a little bit of inspiration or a lot to think about what else could we do that creates some beauty in the world. Thank you, Elvisa.
Thank you so much. Thanks, everyone.
Yes.